Hey there, happy days. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, coming to you at a strange time of day. Sometimes I have to mix up my schedule, and today was no exception. Not that it matters to you. My question for you is your company the salt of the earth? Salt of the earth, of course, is used to describe a person who is, or a group of people that are just considered above everyone else with respect to nobility and they're the finest people in the planet. They're admirable. People look up to them. You know, for thousands of years, salt has been considered a very desirable, very sought after commodity or thing. And even in the Roman times, Roman soldiers were sometimes paid part of their wages in salt. That's how much people wanted to have salt and needed salt in their lives. This expression, the salt of the earth, comes from the Bible, Matthew 5:13, and when Jesus is giving the Sermon on the Mount. So it's got a long and interesting history, and of course is used to describe people that we really look up to and admire. Now, some people think that they're entitled to be admired because of their position or their accomplishments or their amount of money they have. Some businesses are the same way. Some businesses have a reputation and a status where they think that they should automatically be revered as the leader of their industry. May or may not be true. The only thing that really matters is how your customers, the people that you're here to serve, that use your products and services, how they feel about you, how they view you, how they see you in the marketplace, and whether they choose to do business with you or not. Being honorable, trustworthy, honest, over-delivering, under-promising, doing what you say you'll do, solving problems for people, giving them great value, giving them an incredible customer experience. All of those things will make you the salt of the earth in the eyes of your ideal customer, your ideal clients. So, question for you today. Take a little business overall overview inventory and ask yourself, are we the salt of the earth? How do people view us? How do our customers view us? How does the industry see us? Do they see us as a leader and a trendsetter, or somebody that's leading and ahead of the industry and setting the example for the rest of our industry? Or do they see our company, do they see me individually as just another copycat, somebody that's just doing what everybody else is doing? And it just is what it is. It's not good or bad. It's just where you are right now. Where you are right now has nothing to do with where you're going to be and where you want to be and where you're going to go, right? It's just a snapshot of all of the decisions and all the things that you've done leading up to this moment. And this moment is the only time that we can decide and act, hey, I see that people think this about us. They really don't see us as number one, even though we have the biggest sales and the biggest market share. People are actually have more admiration and look up to and respect our next highest competitor more than us. Why is that? Look into that. Do a little market research, find out why. And maybe it's just because you've gotten big and impersonal and people don't feel like they can approach you. It could be a million different things, but it's up to you to find out what those things are. It's up to you to decide whether you want to be seen as the salt of the earth or the industry leader or the most admired person in your industry or in the area that you do business. That's totally up to you. We each get to choose, as we're building and growing our businesses, how we want to be, how we want to show up in the world, and what we want to create. And you may very well not want to be the leader of your industry. Most people say they do, but they don't necessarily want to put forth the effort that it takes to hold that position and be in that position. And that entails, of course, incredible amounts of great service and giving great value and making sure that your customers are getting what they need, what they want, and that you're always helping them to move forward and solve problems. That's it. Would love to know if you've heard this expression, if you've used this expression, if you've ever been called salt of the earth. You can tell by your testimonials, you can tell by the feedback you get from people what they think about you. Trick is, a lot of times people won't tell you. So if you're not, performing in the way that you want to, you might have to really dig for that information and seek it out so that you can improve and can be the type of organization and company that you want. That's it. Go out, have an absolutely amazing day. Look for some examples of the salt of the earth. I would love to have you comment below a company or an organization or a business that you consider, or a brand that you consider the salt of the earth. I mean, I think in many industries, each and every one of us have opinions and ideas on why we look up to different organizations and different companies. And it isn't necessarily because they're the biggest in their industry or the best in their industry. It's for a lot of different reasons. So share some of those in the comments below and let's discuss. Have an awesome day. Bye.